Hello friends, today I'm going to be doing a review of the Languo Acrylic Gel Pens. Now I have this lovely case, there's a clip missing, but I bought these second hand. So these are all the colours I got. I believe there's 100 in here, or 99 or something like that. It's close to 100, I haven't actually counted. But this was only £18. Now a full set of these normally sells for about 45 on Aliexpress, and the person who barely used them just made these lovely swatch cards, which saves me a job, and I am excited to show you how amazing these pens are, because honestly, game changer. I love these. So here are all the different layers in this case. It is a little bit cumbersome. I think if I'd have realised how bulky this was, probably would have just bought the individual packs. But it is also really nice to have them sort of stacked in a way, and it has good points and bad points. I think it's just because it's such a bit of a pain to put back together again. You have to kind of slide them in at the right angle, otherwise everything doesn't clip together. But I'm pretty happy with my purchase. I think £18 for this was really good. So this was second hand. I bought it on Vinted and I am thrilled. And this is the first thing that I coloured. This was kind of a tester. This is a character from, I believe, Treasure Planet. I can't remember its name, but it's really cute. And then I also got the colouring bug and I had to do another one. So I did this Dalmatian one, which most of it was just colouring the background. I love it. Then a couple of days later, I ended up doing this one, which I love. I have realised I probably shouldn't have done the middle part of Raja yellowish. Probably should have been more of a white, but once I started colouring, I just kind of went with it. It doesn't look bad. And then here is my little Dumbo. Look at how cute that is. This is a book of bookmarks. I just ripped out the one that I wanted to do. Very, very cute. And then I also did one larger colouring page. This is again Raja. I kept the colours the same. And I have now realised that you shouldn't layer these until they're fully dry, because poor Jasmine has a bit of a 6 o'clock shadow because I smudged her lips. So I've fixed it the best that I can. I'm still pretty pleased with it, but these are mostly just me having fun. So this is a colouring book that I bought from Amazon, and I just picked a really simple colouring page, and I'm just going to do a little colouring session because, and I'm going to be honest here, I didn't think that I would like these pens as much as I did. They are cheap pens. I mean, alright, a full set of these would cost £45 new, but for 100 acrylic paint pens that you don't need to press down, I mean, look, it's a really fine nib. The ink comes out really smoothly. You just have to colour nice and slowly. I do get a little bit eager sometimes and it gets a bit streaky, but I'm only colouring for fun, so it's not the end of the world. Now, I will say I had been looking for some nice colouring pens like this for a long time, and it was actually a person on my Pixels Discord that shared a colouring page and told me about these pens, so thank you very much to them, because now I'm addicted to these pens. These have brought back the joy of colouring for me. I hadn't coloured properly in years, and the fact that these pens just make me so happy. They are fine enough that I don't go over the lines too much, and with my eye condition that I have, it can make focusing quite difficult for me. Things can go blurry and out of focus, so I personally find having a more detailed tip of a pen means less mistakes. I still do go over the lines, but I can now just paint over them with black and it's fine. But honestly, I was really shocked by these. Now, if I hadn't found these on Vinted and I had to go through the Aliexpress route, they are also available, I believe, on Shien and Temu and other Chinese websites, so it's your personal preference. I couldn't find them on Amazon UK, but they might be available elsewhere. But I will say that if I had to just take the plunge and spend £45, I probably wouldn't have done it. However, for 18, I was willing to take the plunge. There was literally, I think, 2 pens that had a decent amount of use, and that was it. So absolutely thrilled. Now you can see the colour difference here between the wet ink and the dry ink, because these are acrylic gel pens, so they do dry like acrylic paint. So they have a very matte finish and it has a very unique texture to other pens. So here's a little close up and you can see how quickly these pens dry and how nice they look. It's very, very vibrant and bold, which is what I've been looking for. And they don't take long to dry. I'd say, depending on how thick or runny the ink is, 30 seconds to a minute and they're dry. I would leave them longer if you're going to go over the top of them. But as you can see, I do have some sort of little places where I went out of the line. So this is where I grab my black pen from the set, and all I did was go back over and colour in over the lines, and it was so simple and it just tidied it up and made me feel so much better about my colouring. So you can see it's not a massive difference, but it does just tidy it, and that's all I wanted. I think they work fantastically with these bold colouring books. Now, I would say, always, going back to what I was previously saying, I would say that you need to be sure that you like a product before you spend a lot of money on it. And I already know that I love this product. So, as you can see, I had already done a few little tests. You can see I got a little bit eager. I was colouring quite fast, but I was having fun. I'm not bothered. I mean, even my OCD is like, I don't care. So that tells you how much fun I was having. And that's the thing I wanted. I wanted the joy of colouring. And I have found the joy of colouring. I'm so, so happy. But this is where I have to be a little bit kind of real to it. So I probably wouldn't have done any of these little cards. I didn't even know that was a thing, doing the swatch cards, but it does work amazingly. So I would recommend, if you get any pens like this, to do a swatch book like that, because it is so much easier. And then this is where I'm waiting, because I know what's coming next. I have to wait until it actually happens. So my voiceover is now like, what do I say between now and then? I don't know. But here is all the colours and my colouring pages. Now, I've not done colouring in years, and then suddenly to have done a colouring page, several bookmarks. I've actually done a couple of other colouring pages which I haven't shared because I was just having a great time. So maybe I'll post them on my Instagram, I don't know. But absolutely in love with these pens. Fully recommend. I mean, I'm not somebody that can go into all the details. I don't understand all the details. I just go by what I know. Now, this is the part I was waiting for. Guys, I did a bad thing. So, I bought a full set because I already know that I love these pens, that a couple of them, because I've been doing some quite substantial colouring, are lower, and these also came up on Vinted. Now, this whole set of 165 colours, all brand new in their packaging, was £15. Guys, I couldn't not. I know I'll use them, so I bought them. And there's such a beautiful range of colours, including some that I've never had before, like that yellow pack. I'm so excited. And if I had any reservations before, I certainly do not have any now. I am very, very thrilled to have all of these pens. And I just want to say 2 thumbs up. I fully recommend these as a good, not professional kind of craft supply, but for a good fun adult colouring book kind of thing, or card making or journaling, scrapbooking, that kind of thing. These work amazingly on black paper, just so as you know. And this kind of a thing is just perfect for beginners, intermediates, and I think a pro could definitely do some amazing things with these. So I give 2 thumbs up, and I say that if you are looking to start colouring, or you want to level up your colouring game, a couple of my friends do the mystery Disney colouring books, and these work amazingly because they cover the lines. So if that's your kind of thing, these are perfect. I haven't had a single pen not work. They are all great, and I 100% recommend. And I mean, whether you get them from Aliexpress, eBay, Temu, Shien, or Vinted, or wherever else you can find them, I say if you've got the money and you want to colour, these are a great find. Happy crafting and colouring, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm sorry I waffled. 2 thumbs up to the Languo Acrylic Gel Pens. Thank you for watching. Bye!